In the future, AI will eliminate 90% of the buyer agents currently in the market.
Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode. The previous episode was already quite shocking. If you haven't watched it yet, you really should go check it out. In the last episode, I showed how anyone can use this method to reach the level of a top team's understanding of real estate within 5 minutes, whether you're a buyer or a seller. You really must try using this AI tool because our entire team is already using AI to help us make better decisions for almost every property. People are bound to make mistakes, but AI is connected to the entire network. What I've found is that in the US, this has already become the norm. Everyone is using it. But in Australia, honestly, I'm the first to introduce it online.
But I don't actually think this is a good thing. I feel that Australia is already lagging behind, and we Chinese can absolutely take advantage of this opportunity to catch the whole society off guard.
Alright, let's continue. In the last episode, we talked about a service that every ordinary person can use and how its deep research is accessible to anyone for just $30. Since I know some executives at Google, they gave me a back door so I can share it with everyone. Let me give you a sneak peek at this even more terrifying feature. I don't know when ordinary people will be able to use it, maybe in 6 months, but today I'll show you what AI of the future can do. First, let me put forward a very direct point. In the future, AI will eliminate 90% of buyer agents currently in the market. Why will they be eliminated? Because a large part of a buyer agent's job is finding properties, and no matter how many people you have searching, they can't compete with AI. Why is that? The reason is right here. Let's take a look at what I did here. I activated this mode, came over here and told the AI, can you help me find a cost-effective 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in Boronia, a suburb of Melbourne, with good interior condition? I want to be able to move in right away, but I don't want to pay too much of a premium. The information I provided is actually quite vague. I just said cost-effective. Now look at the AI's thought process here. Let's open it up and take a look. It worked at the speed of light because I had already run it. It was operating at a speed 10 times faster than a human. It was understanding my instructions, comprehending what I wanted, opening this link, launching realestate.com.au on its own, and trying to search within the listings by itself. First, it understood at lightning speed what the Boronia area is, as well as what I wanted to do and what I meant by high cost performance. Then before it even started helping me search, you can see that it immediately opened up several nearby properties on its own. It then analyzes the relationship between price and the condition of the properties. For example, the prices I'm showing you now all reflect its process. Look at the AI's thought logic. First, it quickly understands what the Boronia area is, what I want to do, and what I mean by high cost performance. It first opens several properties near Boronia on its own, then studies the relationship between price and condition. You can see it selected 3 different styles and then proceeded from there. After it finished this analysis, let's see the 3 properties it found for me. Let's not open the links yet. Let's just take a quick look. First, the best value for money. According to the AI, this is a very cost-effective townhouse. Then price guidance because it's below the average price in the area. How does it know this? You can check my previous video. It's connected to the entire internet, to all the property prices sold in Boronia over the past 30 years, even all of Melbourne over the past 30 years, and all the correlations. It really remembers everything and keeps it all connected, so you'll notice that it immediately knows when something is below the average price, making it very attractive in terms of value for money. This is the value for money choice. Let's not open this property yet. Let's look at the other recommendations. It also found a property on Scottsville. Since I'm familiar with this area, I know this is a townhouse up for auction on a main road. The AI thinks this is a good target, but you see it also reminds you to check the property management fees. The third one is a standalone house, a traditional red brick, and it even gives some suggestions. Now let's take a look at the AI's judgment. This road is actually quite noisy, and in reality you shouldn't buy here, so my advice is not to buy on this road. But let's first take a look at what the AI picked, okay? Mainly, I want to check the condition inside. Okay, indeed, you can see that the kitchen is neither new nor old. It's perfectly livable, not too outdated. It meets the value for money criteria, and since it's a private sale, you don't have to worry about bidding at auction and paying a premium. So it fits the requirements and does a pretty good job at this task. Let's look at the second property. It's described as modern and comfortable. But the AI warns you to be careful about the property management fees because in Victoria, dual occupancy properties usually don't require such fees, but here there's a 4- indicator. So most likely, the AI already knows that this property requires a management fee. Let's take a look at this house. At first glance, it's very modern, just as it said, because the kitchen is a typical open plan kitchen. This is the kind of property that would likely go for a premium at auction, so the AI is right. There will definitely be a management fee. Now, let's look at the last one, a traditional detached house. Okay, not bad. I'll be quick. We'll just take a glance, and it looks pretty good, so maybe it's worth considering. Now, from the perspective of a home buyer, I told the AI that I'm willing to increase my budget. I want to live in a house, but I want you to help me avoid main roads. That's what I want. A quiet environment is here, just like before. As soon as I sent out my request, it immediately started helping me look for houses at the speed of light. Let me share with you what this house hunting process looks like. When the AI agent searches for houses, it actually works just like a person. Normally, when we look for houses, we open the Realist website and enter some filters. For example, we might want a detached house of 500 to 600 square meters, a price not exceeding, say, 1 million or 950,000, and we want to buy in a certain area. Maybe I need Alright, so what does a typical person do? As a self-service home buyer, if I see a property that looks pretty good, what would I do? I'd click on it, look at the floor plan, check out the condition inside, and if I really think it's nice, I'd go see the house. I'd also look at the Section 32 contract details. If I know a bit more, I might even check if it's in a bushfire zone or whether certain trees on the property can be cut down. So doing all this for just one property might take you an hour, but AI doesn't work like that. When you open the first listing, the AI has already opened and reviewed all the properties here, read their descriptions, compared them with the planning information it just found, and even identified which trees on the property can be cut down. That's why I say if you can't keep up with the trends of this era, you really will be left behind. Now, if you're an ordinary buyer, this is actually a great thing for you. You can have full control. Learning. See, the AI even considers more advanced issues, like a quiet environment, and it pays extra attention to that for me. As it continues searching through 3 or 4 more options, it finds that 2 streets seem pretty good. Then, looking at the budget report, it mentions $800,000 to $1 million, so let's skip ahead and look directly at the results. Which properties did it find for us? The first one is labeled as the top recommendation. The AI thinks this is the best property out of all the ones it found. Let's see if it's right or not. First, it says excellent location, quiet, a 1,000 square meter lot, which is very rare, and great potential for appreciation. I agree with that. Zero tolerance for noise. Let's look at the long-term value it offers and see how this property actually is. This pocket is pretty good. You can walk to the train station and there are relatively few public housing units in this area. We've bought a lot of properties over there, so I could tell at a glance. Indeed, the backyard here can be subdivided directly. Let's take a look. The condition is a bit old, so ideally you'd need to renovate before moving in, but overall the direction is right. At the very least, it can help a beginner immediately filter out a property that even I didn't have. The AI found a property that our whole team would have picked. Really impressive. Now let's look at the second one. If you think the first property is too old, it's found you another one that's modern and newly renovated. Let's take a look at this property and see how it is. It's an auction, and I know the agent from before. Since we've bought so many properties, we pretty much know everyone. We've also bought quite a few houses on this street. Let's check out the condition. Honestly, it's pretty good. The bathroom is old. Just from this one photo, you can tell the bathroom is old, but the kitchen is okay. This kitchen is probably about 5 years old, which is actually pretty good. Take a look. Even the type of wood used for the deck on the terrace has been looked up for you. Merbau is a mid to high-end solid wood decking. Let me verify. Yes, it really is. It's this color of wood, so you can see just how powerful AI has become. So today really is the best of times, but for those of us in the industry, it's also a time when we need to be especially alert. Let's take another look at the property it found. I have browsing history showing that we had already opened this listing ourselves before, which once again proves that AI's judgment is now on par with ours. And who are we? Our whole team of over 30 people has been doing this for 5 years. AI can instantly reach the level of expertise of a professional team like ours. As we keep looking, it honestly feels a bit scary, but if you know how to use AI well, you'll become even more powerful. Look, this bathroom is new, which meets the needs of buyers who want to live in a cost-effective home, but there's still one drawback that AI didn't consider. There's a park next to it, and some of the trees above can't be cut down because on the east side of Dorset Road, all these properties have an SL overlay. It's hard to figure this out just by reading, but I think the reason AI didn't know about this is because I didn't tell it, so it didn't take these issues into account. If I kept asking it questions and fed it all this knowledge, it would become a digital version of a buyer, or even stronger than an agent. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you found today's content helpful, this is just the beginning. Please make sure to share this video with anyone you think it could help and follow us. I will continue to share more things that will be useful to you.